Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4.
Arctic cold temperatures continue to invade the Bluegrass State. Now we're tracking even colder temperatures and the potential for some snowflakes.
This U-Haul behind me is filled with 1,000 blankets, and every single one will go to somebody in need.
And we are 30 degrees colder than 24 hours ago, but it is nothing compared to what people in other parts of the country are dealing with. Could we see any of that snow here? Good afternoon, I'm Jennifer Palumbo. What a change in our weather. This time yesterday we were in the 60s, now we're in the 30s. And this shows the Arctic air is coming straight from the North Pole. That pink is where it's even colder. And if you think this is cold, we haven't even seen the coldest air this week. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking temps. And Chris, how low will we go?
Yeah, that's going to be the big question over the next few days. Wouldn't be surprised, Jennifer, that by the time we hit Friday morning, a few folks don't see their back porch thermometers into the teens. But you mentioned those readings this afternoon, roughly 30 degrees colder than yesterday at this time. That cold front was right on top of I-65 around this time, so the numbers won't be as cold to the west. But look at the east now, 32 degrees colder into Moorhead, Mount Sterling, Richmond, Danville, 34 degrees colder for folks in Somerset. Current temperatures are into the mid-30s across most of the Bluegrass State. Get into central and eastern Kentucky, 36, a popular number for Lexington, Mount Sterling, and Richmond, Danville. We are the coldest spot in the entire state as of right now at 34 degrees. We've got a wind chill. 29 Danville, feels like 30 degrees right now in Lexington, and it's the wind chill you need to be dressing for as we go through the evening. Those wind chill numbers dropping toward the low 20s by the time we hit 11 o'clock. First thing tomorrow morning, out the door, it's going to feel like 21, 22 degrees. Make sure to bundle the kids up. And for most of the daylight hours tomorrow, it will feel like it's in the 20s. And then look at tomorrow evening. We've got temperatures that'll be dropping into the teens. Nothing on Defender as of now. A lot of clouds out there. And Jennifer, when I come back in a little bit, we're going to tell folks into especially eastern Kentucky how those clouds may produce some snowflakes over the next few days.
All right, Chris, and of course this cold weather is especially hard on people who've fallen on hard times. Many organizations are now scrambling to help people who need a warm place to stay. WKYT's Sam Smith looks at what Lexington is doing to help and how you can get involved. It's our top story at 4.
I'm told this is the first year of this program where all these agencies are coming together to help a greater amount of people. This U-Haul picked up more than 1,000 blankets this morning from an organization called the Christian Appalachian Project, based out of eastern Kentucky. GodsNet on 7th Street acted as a distribution hub. Community organizations, along with representatives from the school district, picked up the blankets, and they will deliver them to people they know are in need. The blankets are considered emergency blankets, similar to the ones FEMA may use.
These will keep folks warm, and it will be just it's a blessing to have them, and we really thank Christian Appalachian Project.
This distribution of blankets is not just for today. A new shipment of blankets is expected to arrive in a couple of weeks, and the folks here at GodsNet will do this all over again. In Lexington, Sam Smith, WKYT.
The Catholic Action Center will have extended hours this weekend. It'll be open around the clock until Monday night. You can find more ways to help at WKYT.com. Well, from Colorado to Michigan, tens of millions of Americans are dealing with frigid temperatures. The Arctic blast and mounds of snow are making this a November to remember. Britt Moreno has the latest from Denver.
Denver residents bundled up as they faced single-digit temperatures this morning. It was even colder at the airport, where temperatures hovered around 0 and crews needed to de-ice frozen jets. The Arctic cold front punishing Colorado is putting a big chill on most of the nation. By Friday, every state except Hawaii and Florida will hit temperatures below freezing.
It is brutally cold. I mean, current wind chill values are 15 to 30 degrees below 0 in parts of the Rockies right now.
People here in Denver are used to cold weather, just not this cold in mid-November. Forecasters predict the temperatures will continue to drop to minus 10 degrees overnight, breaking a record that had been in the books since 1882.
Across the upper Midwest, people are digging out. The storm system dropped almost 25 inches of snow in parts of Michigan, more than 16 inches in Minnesota, and 18 inches in Wisconsin. But not everyone is clearing snow. In Colorado Springs, 50-mile-per-hour winds sent tumbleweeds rolling around town. Some piled up 6 feet high in driveways. Now homeowners are getting ready for the snow to pile up. Britt Marino, CBS News, Denver.
In Montana, temperatures were in the high 60s in the beginning of this week and could reach as low as -30 by tomorrow. A man hit by a car last night in Lexington has died. The crash happened around 7 o'clock at Loudon and North Broadway. The Fayette County Coroner's Office says the victim is 60-year-old William Barber. A truck also hit a woman at that same intersection around midnight. While police say pedestrians need to use the crosswalk and watch their surroundings, people who walk in that area say cars can be a problem as well. Coming up on WKYT News at 5, you'll hear from a woman who says she's almost been hit several times at that same intersection. Big news today from Kentucky's big rival, U of L. Louisville will be without its starting quarterback when the Cards take on the Cats. Louisville coach Bobby Petrino says Will Gardner will miss the rest of the season after suffering a knee injury in last Saturday's win at Boston College. So the sophomore will not play in UK's final game of the regular season against U of L on the 29th. The Wildcats still need one more win to be eligible for a bowl game. Their next chance comes Saturday at Tennessee. It's a 4 o'clock kickoff on the SEC network. Our reporters are working on a number of other stories for you on WKYT starting at 4:30. Sam Dick is in the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon, Jennifer. The KHSAA is reducing penalties against an Eastern Kentucky basketball program. Cordia High will be allowed to play a very limited boys basketball schedule this regular season and will be banned from postseason competition for the next 2 years. This news coming from Cordia's appeal of sanctions imposed by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association after an investigation uncovered many violations by the Knott County School. We'll have more on this ruling coming up on WKYT News at 4:30. A woman still in the hospital after a deadly stabbing. Somerset police say that Angie Rodriguez had just dropped off her child at Meese Middle when her estranged boyfriend Marcos Popche met her in the parking lot. Police say he started to read a love letter that ended with a threat, and that's when investigators say he stabbed Rodriguez several times before stabbing himself to death. Coming up on WKYT News at 5, you'll hear the 911 calls made after that incident. A new division of the Bardstown Police Department made its first major drug raid. Bardstown's new Flex Team is a specialized unit that evolved from the SWAT team. The team has been training for months now. They arrested 5 people on drug and weapons charges. Some of the officers on the new team say they're already getting support from the community. You'll hear from one of those officers coming up on WKYT News at 4:30. That's a look at some of the news in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Thanks, Sam. Now to stories making headlines across the nation at 4. There's been a sky-high rescue outside the nation's tallest building. New York City firefighters had to cut through some window glass to rescue 2 window washers who were trapped on this scaffolding that was dangling 69 stories up outside One World Trade Center. The workers were tethered and were talking to rescuers while they were stranded. They were not injured. Members of Congress returned to Washington today for what's known as the lame duck session. There are several items on the table over the next few weeks, including a government funding bill to prevent a shutdown in December. President Obama's $5.6 billion request to fight ISIS in Iraq and Syria, and the Keystone XL oil pipeline. Democrats also plan to press for confirmation of President Obama's nominee for Attorney General Loretta Lynch, while Republicans will try to push it back to 2015 when they take control. Let's check how stocks are doing on Wall Street. Not much change today. The Dow lost 3 points to close at 17,612. The Nasdaq added 15 and the S&P lost a point. By now, most Americans know about the large data breaches that have affected a number of retailers, banks, and online sites over the past year. But a new study finds that's not changing the majority of shoppers' habits. Marley Hall explains.
Charles Goldfine says he's not worried about anyone getting hold of his secure information online.
There's a possibility that it'll happen to me, and if it does, I'll deal with it, but the likelihood is that it won't.
He's not alone. A new survey from the Information Technology Security Association, ISACA, says 94% of consumers are familiar with security breaches that came to light over the past year at retailers including Target and Home Depot. 3/4 of those surveyed say they're concerned, but many aren't doing much about it. The study shows only 45% of consumers changed their online passwords or PIN numbers. Just 28% shopped less at retailers affected by data breaches. 23% used cash more often instead of credit cards. And only 15% made fewer online purchases on their mobile devices.
People want to do the right things, but they have to get beyond this complacency and convenience factor.
The association recommends that consumers use a strong password, unique to each major account they have, and download security software to protect their information. Bianca Frederick is taking precautions.
I try to make sure that my passwords and my usernames are different for different credit card sites.
She says a little extra effort now can prevent a big inconvenience later. Marley Hall, CBS News, New York.
The survey also finds the emergence of wearable devices such as smartwatches could actually create more opportunities for thieves to steal your information. Target is looking to win back customers for the holiday shopping season a year after its massive data breach. It's giving 10% off its gift cards on Black Friday from 6 a.m. until noon, basically giving away free money. It's time for better living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. Yoga for fertility has been gaining popularity, and many women believe it helped them conceive by lowering their stress and promoting an overall healthier lifestyle. Yoga for fertility classes focus on opening, toning, and aligning the pelvic floor, hips, and legs. The classes also give this group of women a supportive community and connect them to others trying to get pregnant.
It was incredibly stressful to go through year after year of infertility, and I eventually triumphed, and I felt that it would be wonderful to create a community of support for women who were going through the same process.
According to a recent study, yoga and stress reduction can improve fertility up to 30%. More Americans are eating meals at home instead of heading to a restaurant, but they're not necessarily cooking. A new study from the research firm NPD Group found Americans are making meals out of ready-to-eat snacks. Analysts say it's fast and convenient and also a good way to save money in a tough economy. The most popular snacks include yogurt, cereal bars, and fruit. Some customers are protesting Old Navy for marking up the prices of women's plus-sized clothing, but not men's. 22,000 people have already signed an online petition. The petition says the retailer charges $12 to $15 more for plus-size jeans. Gap, which owns Old Navy, says it's more expensive to make plus-size clothes for women than men.